Welcome back, Divines. This is Divine Muse with another reading. It's about divine time. And I've been shuffling and I got some cards on the table. I'm going to pause really quickly so I can go over them. And then we can go ahead and continue. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If this resonates with you, go ahead and consider subscribing. We are on a journey to 100. This may or may not be when you're watching, but either way, we're on a journey and we are growing the channel. We would love for you to subscribe. Thank you. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, Divine Ones. Thank you so much for showing support and continuing to come back. Love to you. All right. This reading is to a divine masculine, okay? You may be over 40 years old, but you have hit a rough patch, okay? But I'm hearing there is nothing that is new under the sun to God, okay? So God knows everything about you from the beginning to the end, okay? And some of you guys have been going through a rough time. Some of you guys have come into the illusion of poverty, okay? And it seems like your life has been on pause, okay? God is asking you to listen and make sure that you are truly listening with an open heart and making sure that you are hearing what God is saying to you in this moment, if you are in that moment right now, okay? God is not a God of fear, okay? So if you are feeling fear, that is not of God, okay? You may have been someone who was once secure financially, okay? You could be a mentor, you could have been a mentor, you could have been a seasoned man, a father figure, someone who is secure, has always been secured. And whatever situation landed you to get where you are right now is not new to God, okay? Sometimes the very thing that we're chasing after, God will shake up your life to give you what you really need, okay? But even though you are in this space right now, or you are navigating through this space right now, there is a divine promotion with your name on it. And when I was shuffling these cards, I felt excited when these cards fell out back to back. There is an order that has been put on your life. And I feel as though you have been navigating your life in your own way, but God has a specific path for you. It's a purposeful path. Path is what I'm hearing. And this path is going to allow you to get promotion on every level. Not just in one sector of your life, but in every single aspect of your life. You will have divine promotion, okay? You are right now in a space where you're being refined by God, okay? God is rebuilding you, preparing you for the future. Spirit just brought back the story of, I believe it's Joseph. Joseph came from a very well-off family. They weren't like super rich or anything, but they were to-do. And of course he went through a period where, because his family betrayed him, or his brothers betrayed him, he was thrown into poverty. And this was a young man who believed in God, listened to God, was faithful, and yet he was in this predicament, right? And it seemed for a measure of his life he could not escape what was happening. But in every single place, God took care of him. And this may be a confirmation to you. Though it doesn't look like what God showed you, but you know that God is still with you, even in your lowest points. Okay? Divine promotion. He went through all of this, and when it looked as though his life was turning, he was thrown back in. I think at this point he had went to jail or prison or something like that for having character. Okay? Some of you guys may be scratching your head, may be holding on to your faith by a string of a hair. I'm not laughing at you, excuse me. But God still sees your heart. God doesn't choose people for who they are through the journey in the valley. God chose you because God knows who you are. Okay? So don't look to your left, don't look to your right, don't look at what others are doing and they're getting promoted and they have less character than you. Don't look at any of that, because God has a specific position just for you. And I say this story to say there was a drought that was coming that was going to devastate the whole entire area in which Joseph was going to be able to be promoted and reside over. And had he not gone through all of these things that he had went through, he would not be able to be the man in which God called him to be, in that position where he was able to forgive those who did him wrong and still feed them in this drought. So there's a reason why God has paused your life, okay? You are being refined. You're a good gentleman. And you okay, and you continue to pray without ceasing. Okay? And I feel like someone's talking, but okay. Yes, God's love is abstract. It's not the I love yous. It's not the oh, I get whatever I want. Sometimes it's could appear to be tough love, but it's retrospective love, if that makes sense. Have you ever gone through something and then in the future you look back and you say, oh, that's what God was preparing me for, and everything that you learned from where you were now has purpose for where you are? That is what God is doing. Okay? I know that you guys are in your mind thinking late nights, you can't sleep, tossing and turning, trying to figure out what God is up to in your life. No matter what you do, you're not getting where you're supposed, where you think you are. This is because you're not moving in your own will. You're not moving in your own effort, okay? God is doing something new. But let me tell you something. You are coming back, and you haven't seen nothing yet. You thought you knew what God was going to do for you, but God has superseded that. So get ready, because I don't think that you truly acknowledge or know what God has for you. It's going to blow your spiritual mind, okay? You know, we hear this story, but I'm pretty sure Joseph had a lot of conversations with God. very heated discussions, because my face is getting very warm. Very heated discussions with God about what his dream showed him and where he was. They were conflicting, okay? But God knew that if he didn't show the end, he wouldn't go. And so, yes, God will sometimes pull a Willy Wonka on people. Show you the end, the glorious end. But that walk is definitely something that will show you who you truly are, okay? We have the world, okay? So a lot of you guys are going through this dark period, but you will inherit the world, okay? You will inherit the world. It will be at your feet. So keep your head up. Your enemies have acknowledged their wrong and plead for forgiveness. They took their losses and now they're on the up and up and standing in divine light. Okay? And isn't that what happened? My cards don't lie, they tell the truth. Isn't that what happened with his brothers? They had to come to him and ask for his forgiveness. And then they were able to partake in the table that God has set for Joseph. Divine masculines, you are the Josephs. Thank you so much for your strength. Thank you so much for your tenacity and your faithfulness. Continue. The world is yours. And until the next time,